Welcome to 3 Minutes Studio. Before the world knew the horrors of modern warfare, China lived through a nightmare of its own, the Taiping Rebellion from 1850 to 1864. This was a war of faith, fire, and famine that ultimately claimed over 20 to 40 million lives. It all began with one man, Hong Xiuquan, a scholar who had failed his civil service exams multiple times. After a nervous breakdown, he had a vision and came to believe he was the younger brother of Jesus Christ, sent to earth to eradicate demons. He preached a new vision of a heavenly kingdom of great peace, a society where corruption, inequality, and the scourge of opium would be banished forever. His powerful message resonated deeply, igniting a flicker of hope among millions of impoverished farmers who felt crushed under the weight of the struggling Qing Empire. By 1851, Hong's followers had grown into a formidable force known as the Taiping Army, and they rose in open rebellion. They swept across southern China, conquering vast territories and eventually declaring the great city of Nanjing as their capital. In this new kingdom, radical social reforms were enacted, women were allowed to fight alongside men. All land was shared equally, and the Bible, as interpreted by Hong, became the ultimate law. But this utopian dream soon began to curdle. The movement became increasingly violent, with forced conversions, brutal executions, and a fanatical rule that gripped the land in fear. The Qing Dynasty, reeling from the rebellion, desperately fought back, eventually enlisting the help of Western powers and their modern weapons. The conflict escalated into one of the bloodiest civil wars in history. Entire cities were besieged and burned to the ground as the armies clashed. Famine, plague, and horrific massacres consumed the nation. The dream of a heavenly kingdom had twisted into a living nightmare. Villages vanished from the map and millions perished, not just from the fighting, but from the starvation and disease that followed in its wake. By 1864, the tide had turned. Nanjing, the heavenly capital, finally fell to Qing forces. Hong Xiuquan was dead, and his so-called heavenly kingdom was reduced to nothing but ash and rubble. When the war finally ended, China was a nation forever changed, broken and scarred, yet poised to be reborn through immense suffering. The Taiping Rebellion remains one of the deadliest conflicts in all of human history, a haunting and powerful reminder of how a blend of faith, desperation, and idealism can set an entire nation ablaze. Thank you for watching 3 Minute Studio. If history moves you, please like, subscribe, and join us for more untold stories from humanity's past.